Hello, hello. It's Sara Ayler with softflexcompany.com. I have got a guest here with me today. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Sara.
Rachel is joining me from Sam's Bead Shop. And as you guys are jumping on, I just wanted to remind you that we start a new promotion every Wednesday. And today's new promotion is 20% off all of our Halloween items. You'll find a category that has everything listed that is part of the sale. And then you need to use coupon code Halloween, 2 L's, 2 E's, and Halloween to get that discount of 20% off everything in the category. You'll find this deal at softflexcompany.com, and we've got a lot of spooky stuff in there for you to go check out. I may even be able to show you some of those spooky things today as we get going. But the focus today is going to be on my friend, Rachel.
Hi, Sara. Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I am doing good. It's been a little bit of a silly day at the shop. I told you a little bit about how we did a photo shoot, and that got everyone very giggly. So it's a good day at the shop.
That's awesome. What was the photo shoot for?
We just need new professional photos to use in our classes and on our website. So Jesse, our amazing photographer here at the shop, he set up a whole little in-house studio, and basically just if you were the one in front of the camera, everyone else behind the camera was just trying to make you laugh, make you giggle. And so we started playing the Lion King musical. We had a lot of fun.
Possible.
Yeah.
I remember when Nile had a bunch of pictures done, and he did these cute ones where he would point at something, and then because he's a graphic designer too, he cut himself out and showed himself pointing at things, and I was like, oh my god, they're so cute.
We should have done more of that. That is so smart.
Really smart.
Lots of combinations. It was really fun.
Oh my goodness. Hey, I see 47 people here already, and I just wanted to thank all of you guys that tune in every Wednesday at 3 p.m. to hang out with me and whoever I have invited to torture for the day. I love that I get to hang out with you guys every week. I've been doing a lot of interviewing for a few positions that are open at Softflex Company. And I was really looking forward to this specific hour where I get to be a little more creative and a little less analytical. And so I have been thinking about all of you all day long and looking forward to this 1 hour slot that I knew was going to be for creativity, for inspiration, for fun. And so I am so happy to be here, and I'm only here because all of you come hang out every week. So thank you for being here week after week. I do have a giveaway going. I am going to be giving away one of our Badlands bead strands. Look at this gorgeous baby.
So pretty. I love the blues.
I know. I'm a big turquoise color fan.
Oh,
we were talking about how the Badlands is typically a little more brown than blue, but
this
I was saying
blue day.
Grown up in Montana, I do know about those big skies. Montana's the big sky state, actually. That's their slogan. But North Dakota and South Dakota specifically, where the Badlands are, also have huge, beautiful blue skies when the weather is good, because there's just no obstruction of your view.
Yeah.
It's just wide open space. And it's truly breathtaking in many ways. So if you want to enter to win the bead strand, follow the directions below. Make sure you're present at the end to win. Hang out the entire time, which will be easy because we're going to have the best time with Rachel. So so you're going to want to stick around regardless, I am sure. I'm going to add in my screen down here. And I have a little goodie bag here that Rachel sent me. Are you guys excited to see what's inside this sweet little bag? I brought one of my empty trays over so that I could put whatever beautiful thing is in here into a tray immediately. I'm just checking your comments, and I see everybody's here. Hi, Dana. Hi, Anne. Hi, Cecilia. Woohoo! All of our friends. And then we're also streaming live to Sam's Bead Shop on YouTube. So hello to all of you as well. I am super excited to spend some time with you too today. Okay, Rachel, am I ready to dig in, do you think?
Oh, please do.
Oh my
Please
God.
do.
Here's our giveaway item. I'll show that again to you later. But for now, let's open this up from Sam's Bead Shop. What a fun bag.
Yeah, you got some of our classic pineapple packaging. We have a lot of fun mailers, but I think the pineapple is my favorite.
That is awesome. So what I have here is a selection of items that came in the Market Marvels. What do you call it? A kit, a box, what?
Yeah, it is Sam's Bead Box, our monthly subscription of fabulous beads.
And this was the very last bead box that they did. Are they still able to get this particular box?
Yeah, we do have a few extras if you want what we're making with today.
Oh, good. Awesome. And then if they want the next box, what do they do?
Yeah, you can get subscribed. Today is actually the last day to subscribe if you want to get the October box as your first box. So at samsbeadbox.com, you can get subscribed, and you'll get to be part of the fun and the surprise of our box next month.
Sweet. Can you tell us the theme?
No.
Come on. Just for me.
I can't tell you anything. What I can tell you is that it is also a collaboration, and it is a collaboration with Louisa of Misty Moon Designs on YouTube.
Oh, we love Misty Moon. That's awesome. And this was a collaboration with Danielle Wickes. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, we love getting to do collaborations because it just brings totally fresh new ideas to the box.
For sure. Yeah. Everybody has their own little design preferences, and having someone else kind of look at it is always fun. So we've got this great little seed bead mix, which it would not be a Danielle Wickes box without seed beads.
Of course.
Sense. And then it looks like you've got some Czech glass here that match those seed beads.
Yeah, we did this colorful rainbow mix there.
This reminds me a little bit of like a Christmas light strand.
Oh, true. Yeah. It's meant to have kind of those jewel tones.
And then what are these?
Yeah, these are DZI agate beads, or Z agate, in this with an eye pattern on them. They're dyed blue. It's one of our gemstone selections, these agate beads.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh, little flowers.
Yes, these little turquoise tulips or lily flowers, sorry, are so cute.
Copper wash, you guys. Wasn't I just saying how good turquoise looks in the fall with copper? Such a good idea. We've got these. What are these? They look like easies.
These are cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
Fasted rounds in a multicolor mix. This box had a lot of color, but in a very, I think in a pretty sophisticated, special way.
Yeah, it's definitely like this is some beautiful fall colors here. Loving that. And the CZs just sparkle like crazy. Look at that sparkle. And we've got some petals in 2 different colors.
Yeah, we have a Picasso travertine finish on both that turquoise and the red silk.
Very cool. And
this is red jasper.
This is not the only things that are in this box. Just to be clear, I have a sampling.
Exactly. I chose some of my favorites that I thought you might like working with. Yeah, these are red jasper in one of our new shapes. So it's a coin that has this like hexagon star faceting on it, which is really unique.
Very pretty. Definitely digging those. And then we've got, 3 of them.
Yeah, and one of them only has 2 loops. So like you can decide if maybe that one's for a bracelet or a necklace. It gives you some different options.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is just a selection. That page tells you everything that's in the box. And if you purchase an extra box, you'll get everything. But here, this is a sampling of what comes in it.
Retail value of $84, but it costs them how much to be a part of the subscription?
It is $49 a month plus shipping. So it's one of our best deals in the shop by far.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I get to kind of dig in, don't I?
Yeah. Dig in, see what inspires you. I'm very curious.
Me too. Me too. I can't wait to see what ends up happening here. I'm kind of liking these gold pieces. This, I assume you could do a 2-strand something from it, couldn't you?
Everyone has a different idea. Like I saw it as a diamond with that's like a chandelier with like for earrings with stuff hanging down. Some people see it more square, for like a multi-strand piece, 2-strand or 3-strand. Yeah, you can turn it whichever way you want.
Yeah, that's interesting. Not too sure, but I definitely like this one in the center for certain.
Ooh, yeah.
And then maybe I would save these for a bracelet, 2-strand bracelet. Let me think on those. Okay, I'm going to open this up. I'm digging these star cut. Is it red jasper?
Yeah, that red jasper color. I just love it.
It's so pretty. And it's so beautiful for fall. I love that. Look at how pretty this Badlands strand goes with all this stuff, you guys. So if you have this box, I think the strand might be a really nice fit with it. I keep looking at it and I'm like,
I love that you're seeing the autumn colors in this box because I feel like it is a great transition into autumn, but without being like too on the nose. But it has those tones. I love that you see that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna cut my Badlands strand apart and use it in my design, I think, because I feel like this beautiful piece down here would just be super, super special.
Yeah, turquoise was one of the colors in our palette, so that makes sense to use that.
For sure. And then I might even mix up the metals a little bit. We'll see what ends up happening here. Do I like that or do I like that? I don't know. Or do I like that too big?
This is the best part, seeing the like design on the fly process. Like, this is what everyone else does at home too. They just, they take out the beads and it's like, all right, what goes together? You don't know until you start.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I like having everybody along for the ride. It's always fun to get everybody's feedback and just kind of be able to play around with things. I'm wondering how this would be if I even went a little bit more like that and did asymmetrical stuff here.
Ooh.
It's kind of fun. See, did I use up all of those? I think I did. I definitely want to use these CZs because they are stunning.
I know, you got to bring in the sparkle.
Are you making something along with me, Rachel?
I am. I'm happy to show it off whenever.
Yeah, let's see what you're making and what you've got on your bead table, and I'll keep kind of designing over here.
Perfect. Hey, everyone. Rachel over here. I've got a lot of the beads laid out from the box. And actually, this is something I made already with the box in the past. I thought it'd be fun to show it off. Since this was Danielle's box, I took one of her past tutorials that she had done with a different seed bead mix. And I used these 8-0 seed beads, some in the same color mix as the box with that fire polish, the CZ. For a fun band. So that's what I've already have finished here. And then what I've got going today, over the weekend, I was in a creative mood and I made this centerpiece.
Ooh.
I wanted something with dangles. I did this with bead weaving thread and just with a needle and went, you know, back and forth. I started with that center line and then kind of kept adding layers of seed beads and daggers. So I have this, but I was like, okay, if we're going to be making with the box, I want to finish this because I want to be able to wear it. So what I was, if you saw me starting to make at the beginning, I was making all of these little wire segments. So to make my life easy, I just grabbed a ton of these copper eye pins and I grabbed these beads from the box and I can show you what I was doing. It really is nice using an eye pin. It's made this go.
It does make it a lot faster, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I only have to do one loop. And I kind of just don't mind if the loops don't match because especially these eye pins, these are just some ones I found around the office, have pretty small holes or pretty small loops. So I have trouble making mine quite as small, but I don't really care that much. I think it all blends in.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm just doing a simple loop. So I'll show you that.
What color wires were you guys pairing with this kit? Because I know you usually have a trio.
Oh yeah.
Pairs. What trio do you have for this kit?
I have that right here. Yeah, this was our Soft Flex trio this month that we designed to match the box. So we wanted to pull in the dark blues, the red, and we went with the antique brass since that went well with, because these are also brass, maybe a little more golden, but I think it still goes well. Yeah, we make these trios every month. So that way you have soft flex that matches your box. And these are sold separately from the box.
I'm going to pull those colors out and see.
So yeah, I've made all of these little segments. So now the fun part is figuring out what order to put them in. So I'm just gonna just play around. Just the benefit of using the simple loops is I can just lay it out and then whatever I like, I'll attach it and I'll have a piece. So I think I'm gonna go for symmetrical. I think that sounds right.
One of my favorite colors, and somehow in this huge bag of soft flex that I have, I do not have a full spool of it. How is that possible?
Which color did you say?
Antique brass.
Well, you probably used it all up if you love it so much.
That's probably right. I do like that color a lot. Here, let's see if we can make this length work.
Let's see.
Oh, so pretty.
Oh, thank you. I'm not able to see the comments. What do people think of this? What do they?
Let's see.
Am I heading in the right direction with my pattern?
Heading in the right direction.
There's so many ways I could do this pattern. I'm kind of going for just lots of color.
I love this too. Someone says, I love seeing you partner up and trade kits. Isn't it? And
yeah, that's what we're doing.
Very beautiful box beads and strands. Totally.
Oh, thanks, guys. All right, I think I'm going to start attaching and we'll see what it really looks like. I guess now I have to decide if I want to just attach them directly or if I want to use, I'm definitely going to need some jump rings at the front.
Trying to catch comments and they just slip by you. Yes, everyone is saying, like your necklace. It looks beautiful. A bunch of people watching. Make sure you see that giveaway at the bottom of the screen. And remember, this is the last day to subscribe for the next Sam's Bead Box.
Exactly.
Oh, I
wanted the red.
Looking forward to this all day, Rachel.
Oh, I'm so happy. Me too. Me too.
I don't know. It sounds like you were having a much more fun day than me.
But this is the part of the day where I get to be really creative. So I just need the push to especially for this, to actually get this piece done so I can wear it. Okay, so I have to decide. I needed the jump ring to attach the first ones, and I chose red jasper as the first ones on the wire chain. Let's see, can I get this in a better place for you all? There we go. Because I really wanted the red to match the red in the middle. But now, do I attach it directly or do I put a jump ring between each one? Let's see. That's if I do directly. I guess it just depends how much space I want on this chain. So this side, let's see, this side has the jump rings. This side doesn't. I think I'm going to go with the jump rings. I think I like the idea of spacing it out a little. We'll see how that looks. And these are oval jump rings, so I love the look of them.
Everyone's really loving the colors.
Oh, thank you. And I know I wish I could show you how I made this focal piece, but I honestly barely even know what I did. It was, it was very just like, we're just going to play around and try. I know if I was ever going to try to teach a class, I'd have to like really come up with like the right counts of seed beads because I was just making it up. And so I don't know if they were quite the right counts to get everything to lay well, but it was good enough for me.
I think it looks great.
Thank you.
What else is new at Sam's Bead Shop besides picture taking and subscription boxes ready to go?
Yeah, well, we're trying to be extra creative this month and really just make a lot. And so we have a challenge calendar that everyone can participate in. I'm going to use this for one of my days. So every weekday in the month of October, we have a different prompt to get you inspired. And yes, they are like on a specific day, but you can really do them whenever. You can do one that is for next week or one that happened last week. So we have one coming up next week where I think next Friday, that day on the calendar says Bead Box Brew. A lot of them are like kind of Halloween related, kind of at least the sound of it. So for Bead Box Brew, you have to use at least 5 different beads from a bead box. So I think this will be my entry because I have got lots of different beads from it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we miss Joyful Beading. We normally do in September. So everybody get ready because we made a super cool calendar for November. We were going to do it in October, but then we saw Sam's Bead Shop put theirs out and we we're like, oh, we don't want to make people work that hard. So
yeah, that's
pulled off.
Well, this is perfect because then they can do all of the challenges that we've got this month, and then you'll have brand new challenges next month. It's perfect.
Really, it's so good as we move into a new season to have that little bit of inspiration, little like twinge of idea to get you going for the day. And maybe it's just make a pair of earrings, like, hey, I can do that. And if you post your design, then you get entered to win. Are you guys doing any prizes or just doing it for fun?
Oh, yeah, we've got prizes. So there's going to be a drawing I believe it's every Thursday. I know it's every week here at the shop. So as you got to get your posts into Gem Chat, that's the name of our Facebook group. And you use the hashtag, all the info's in Gem Chat. I can't remember exactly all the details, but essentially get those entries in, get your posts. And yeah, there's our Gem Chat group on the screen. And you just have to participate and you'll be entered to win. It's totally random. We're not judging what you make. We just want to get you being creative. And then we're going to have like a grand prize at the end of the month. So you definitely want to get your entries in for that. Yeah. Yay. So prizes are coming.
It's also just great to get your designs out there and let people see them. Especially in a state like Sam's Bead Shop's group or the Softflex Company group where they're monitored and, people are generally super nice all the time anyway. It's a nice place to share your stuff.
Very true. Can I see what you have going on?
Month. Yeah. I kind of held up so that I could show as I go. So here's where I'm at. I grabbed out some of the antique brass soft wax, and I was going to make a little dangle from here. So I'm going to grab my 2x2 millimeter soft flex crimp tube in gold filled, that little finding, and then go back into the crimp tube and bring it up, but leave a little bit of space so that it's got a good dangle to it. I'm going to grab my magical crimping pliers, center that crimp tube right in the center there, and compress. The first time over, you should get what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli, and then spin and compress again. I'm realizing I have like marker all over my hands from kid art projects.
That's great.
I homeschool in the morning, so you never know what we're getting up to. Last week, a solar-powered car for an
wow
unit. I know. And I've got kindergarten to 5th grade, so, you know, there's a lot going on for sure.
That's so cool.
It's really
so I guess
fun.
your fingers are leaving a little bit of the trace, the history of what we can guess what you were up to.
Basically, yeah. Hopefully I don't lose a finger in one of these science experiments that we're getting into. I would have never guessed that I would be a homeschooling parent. But man, it is super fun.
Now you're a science teacher, a math teacher, you're everything.
I mean, it's great.
English teacher.
I feel like I am lucky that I get to continue to learn with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we get a little complacent as we get older. You know,
yeah.
About learning new things. Okay, so on the bottom of this beautiful dangle, I feel like almost anything would look pretty hanging from this gold piece. It's such a nice piece. Okay, so I'm going to bring my wire. Now, I'm not actually hooking to something. Could you? Yes, absolutely. Do you have a tassel or a charm or something you want to hook to? You could totally do that at the bottom of this. But I am just bringing it in so I get that extra wire in there so that my crimp can really hunker down on that soft flex beading wire. I'm going to kind of gently tug up from the bottom so I'm getting as close to the last bead as possible, and then compress and then go around just like I did the first time, making it a little round bead. And then I'm going to cut off all these extra wires. But you want to make sure that's on there pretty good because it's going to hold it all together. Then you can come in and just like the bottom of a head pin, you just trim that wire off there and then come in over on the other side and trim. And there is the center of my design. Now I'm going to work on the wire that is going to go around. So here's where you kind of decide, is this going to be long? Is this going to be short? Do I need a clasp for it? I'm thinking I probably do want a clasp. So I'm going to do 2 wires, one going this way and one going that way. And since that's the case, I got my antique brass wire. I'm going to go for a crimp tube. I could use a jump ring here and just string the jump ring. Or I can take 1 wire on this side and crimp it. Making that loop generally the same size as this loop. So they're all kind of matching. Not one loop is going to stick out really from the others. Do they need to be perfect? No, they don't. But close, you know, just eye it out. And then
that makes sense to me to skip the jump ring since you didn't use one on the bottom. That way it matches. I like that idea.
Yeah, and like sometimes you just don't want to look for a jump ring. You know?
True.
I just want to keep going. I want to stop what I'm doing and go find something. So I'm going to make this long enough for sure that it can go to the back of my neck, and then some, and then trim. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to grab my crimp tube and I'm going to attach to that same loop right next to it. And when you attach using soft flex, it's a really strong attachment. You know, depending on your crimp tube, those things can open up sometimes. I love them. I use them sometimes, but what is happening here? This is like magnetized right now. There we go. It's like a sign experiment waiting to happen.
We just restocked a bunch of our magnet clasps
that
are actually from TierraCast. They were stuff we had stocked up on last year and finally got on the site. And they stick to everything.
No, your class or your cutters, your crimpers. I know they do.
I love them because I love wearing them. Yeah. But yeah, they're a little tricky. Like when we're trying to show them off on a live sale, and it's just like, you want to like separate them and display them, but that's not an option.
Right? Yeah, that can be super tough. Now I've got my 2 wires ready to go, and I can just string my little heart out. So that's what I'm going to do next. Let's hop on back over and see how Rachel has progressed as we've gone. I'm just going to.
Sounds good.
This idiot.
Get that started. Here is where I am at, just making that chain. I was actually just measuring because I want it to be about, I think 18, somewhere between 16 and 18 inches total, probably more like 18. So let's see, right now, let's see, each side is about, I don't know, close to 8.5. So that would be this would be 17 inches. So I guess, once I add a clasp, that probably is pretty close to 18. So I might not want to add any more beads. Now, do I have a clasp around? That's a good question.
I know, that's always my question too.
I'm not sure if I do.
TierraCast closed down. I'm like, do I have a clasp?
I might need to find one. Well, I guess I can think about some earrings since I don't yet have a clasp. I want something to match these. So I do have 2 more left of the red jasper. I feel like that needs to be in the earrings because that just feels like the center of this. So let's see, I should have some normal head pins. Yeah. I think I'll keep going with wire work to match the chain. So if I put those on head pins, then I could add a couple dangles above it. Let's see. Maybe something like
a pretty good plan.
Yeah. It feels like quite a large bead to put like at the end of a kind of dangle earring, but I don't know, I'm going to give that a try. See what that looks like.
I think it'll look great.
I feel like they'll have a good swing to them.
Yeah.
Since all the weight's at the bottom. It's kind of fun.
Pretty decent sized weight there.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna stick with simple loops just so it all matches. I'll do the other one. Yeah, so for folks, if this is your first time seeing this box, I can tell you a little bit more about what Market Marvels means. So the idea is that you want to feel like you are walking through this market and you're discovering all these unique finds from all these different vendors, all these colorful things. And we in particular, we were thinking back, kind of traveling back in time to when there was the Silk Road across Europe and Asia that started bringing all of these new exciting goods between all these different parts of the world, bringing silk and gemstones and spices and so many cool things were being shared across civilizations. And So we imagined that we were back in time in the Silk Road, and we were at a market, a bazaar that had been established in Turkey. And so we wanted to make it feel like we're in Turkey, but we also have things from other parts of Europe and Asia all coming together in this market. Yeah, so I hope it feels a little bit like we're traveling both back in time into other countries with this box. That was the feel, the goal that we were trying to create. Every month we come up with something totally different. So this one had a little bit of a history lesson in it. I'm not sure. Not everyone has probably thought about the Silk Road since they were like in history class. So a little, that might inspire you to go, do a little research on the Silk Road and remind yourself what it was all about.
If you are curious about like the way all the civilizations came together, there is a professor, I forget what school he's at, but he streams his classes to YouTube.
No way.
Timothy Schneider, and he is brilliant. And he was doing a class on Ukraine.
Yeah.
The history of Ukraine, which is sort of the center point of like all of that history. And we watched quite a few of them. It was fascinating.
That is amazing that he's sharing his college lectures. That's so cool.
I think it's for the good of humanity to understand Ukraine's story. My family actually kind of has a tie to Ukraine because my ancestors who were German were invited to move to Ukraine to farm. And at that time it was Russia. And they were invited by a queen who I think had German ancestry. And then when she passed away and passed it on to future leaders, they started to mistreat the German farmers who had moved there. And my family ended up moving to North Dakota, in the early 1900s from Russia, but they still spoke German and they were still like considered themselves German. But many Germans ended up staying there, and they were very, very, very mistreated. It's like fascinating history in that area.
Yeah. No, I had no idea about that history. That's so interesting.
Yeah. Well, I am super excited about my necklace. I'm going to pop back over real fast. I haven't put a clasp on it yet because I'm going to have to dig to find the right clasp. But I don't often do asymmetrical, but there was something about strand mixed with these beauties from this market box that just was calling my name to split things up a little bit different than I may normally choose to do. So I did about the same length, but you can see I've got different beads on each side. And by kind of splitting that up, I feel like this gives it a little bit more of a unique look, but it still looks like it all goes together and makes sense together, even if it's not exactly matching. And that's like something to think about when you get one of those bead strands from us, which we always have new ones every month, is there's usually a big focal point, and it doesn't have to be the center. But if it isn't the center, then how do you, offset it on the other side so that it makes sense? You could still put this in the center too, and it would look beautiful. And you could move that over there, and that would be a pretty design too. But this just is a little bit different. It's a little more unique, I think.
That's awesome.
Break it up. And then now I'm going to have to kind of search for a clasp to go with it. So I'm going to do that next, but I wanted to give you a little shot at what's going on over here.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was also, we both clasps seem to be evading us. I couldn't even, I think I'd have to go upstairs to find one. So this might be what a finished project looks like for now.
Let me see what I wish I could hand you one through the screen.
Right? Well, it's almost like, I could just take it off of my bracelet to finish it off. But this is what I have. Oh, I'm liking these earrings though. They're fun. And they got lots of movement since I put like the heaviest bead at the bottom. I love that.
I feel like I want like a bright gold clasp, and I'm not sure that I have. Ooh, this might be kind of nice though.
Let's see. I have some of the other beads. Let's see that are in the box that were not included in Sarah's selection, but just to give you a little more of a peek, these are these marbled quartz and bronzite stones. So they have this really cool mixing with all these colors and the bronzite. What else? Let's see. I love these just Czech glass rounds, but they have that fabulous travertine wash that makes them so special. We try to give everything in this box, just everything had to be special in its own way. So like we had these cobalt blue fire polish rounds that we added that bronze luster to. These are super cool. These table cut squares. Each one's a little different with that color mixing of the greens and the browns. It kind of feels like an oasis in the middle of the desert, the pop of green. Oh yeah, and these were very cool too. This lapis focal piece with the faceting. So those are a few more things that came in the box. And then we always make design elements each month. So things that you can purchase separately that'll help you get designing. So we had the trio we talked about. The seed beads in the box were an 11 Miyuki mix, but we also made this 8 Miyuki mix because we know a lot of people like that larger size. Yeah.
Wow.
Other things.
And
I wish I could show you the October box, but I have to wait for everyone to get that. We actually we started shipping it yesterday. Actually, let me flip my camera around. So
okay.
Hey everybody. We actually started shipping yesterday, Tuesday, the 8th, because we got everything boxed up. So everyone who has already subscribed, it got shipped off. But if you subscribe today, we will still make sure that you get the October box, which is our collaboration with Louisa from Misty Moon Designs. She is so creative. She's been unboxing our box for, I think, like over 2 years. She has a playlist on her channel with all of the unboxings and tutorials she's done with Sam's Bead Box. And there are 55 videos in that collection.
Oh, that's
incredible. Cool. Louisa has done 55 videos with our box. I was just like, oh my God. So like, it was about time that she got to do her own. I don't know if she's collaborated on a bead box before. I'm not sure if she's ever done something like that, but like, I mean, we really followed her creative vision. She sent us a few different theme ideas, and then we talked and figured out which one we thought was the most exciting and special. We picked one, and then the process is a lot of going back and forth. We had some phone conversations where I got to like hear more about what her ideas were and really have her like describe the colors. It's one thing to say you want color X, but do you want the light version, the dark version? There's a lot of variety. So really, we spent a lot of time just really digging in there, getting inspiration pictures. And then I would find beads that we could get custom made or that had already been produced and get her opinions on them. So it was a really fabulous collaborative process. So I'm excited to see what you all think of it. We try to make every month different. So I promise it will look nothing like this month. That is what I can guarantee to you. Yeah.
So quickly, I found this clasp, which
nicely done. Oh, perfect.
Wow. But then I was like, well, I wanted something bright gold, and I don't have bright gold right here. But what if
are you going to make one?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, that's cool.
So I had this in my bead box. I'm going to use it as inspiration. So I'm just going to, this is 18 gauge. And I'm going to grab my nylon jaw pliers. You always kind of want to start with those nylon jaw pliers. This is Softflix craft wire. So it is copper wire that has, and this particular one has a silver plating and then a gold color over the top of it. I'm going to shut down this window where people are talking in my chat for work and let it be quiet. It's my creative time, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take this end and roll it. So it makes just a little tiny loop. And then I'm going to think about what size I want this to be. I'm going to imagine it's that size. Yeah. So these are really awesome because they've got 6 different sizes. I'm going to use the second to the largest. And to make an S loop, I'm going to just place that little loop right above it. And I'm going to bend this direction. And then I can come in just like an ear wire. But this time I'm going to come in over here and I'm going to go the other way, making that beautiful S shape. And then here is where I want to kind of come in and trim it. And I want to think about how far do I need to roll back up. And I might overshoot it, but I'm going to go to about there. So I've got this shape, and then I can come in with this and do a roll up to make that loop. And there I've got my little S hook. I still will need some jump rings. And again, like I said earlier, I don't really want to look everywhere for them. So instead, I'm just going to come onto my pliers. I'll probably do the third largest size on that. And I'm just going to come to the center and start looping. Softflix craft wire is super handy to just have on your workbench. So when you need to make something quick because you don't want to look for it, it's right there, ready to go. And then I can come in and you want to clip flat side to your piece. And you can go through and clip more than one if you've got a good tool for that. I kind of like to just go at it one at a time, you know, kind of carefully making my rings. It's better for your cutters too. And just clip away. I've got 3. I can definitely keep going and make more. But since we are on a schedule, I'm going to bring these together. And the last step, anytime you're using wires, you want to work hard in. So bring your little pieces together the way you want them. And then we're going to get the wire whacker and we're going to work harden the whole thing at one time. Let's make a little space. Leave our clasps out. This is a wire whacker. It is the best because it just work hardens all of your stuff. Make all your little components at one time, and then you just go ahead and like.
It has the best name.
Doesn't it? I know it's been around forever. But they're so super handy. And then you can hook one side like that and hook one side like that. And then I've got a nice little gold clasp to go with my design. And that way I'm getting the bright gold in the front and in the back, which I think I'm going to really appreciate. And all I have left to do is crimp onto that clasp. And then I will post a picture on the Softflix Instagram page and Facebook page. If you want to check it out and get a better view of it, that'll be the place to do it. I'll post a picture probably later today or tomorrow when I have a chance to get it all finished up and looking good. Man, this box was fun.
I think the red Jasper coins was like the winner today. We both wanted to use that the most.
Yeah, and these gold pieces I think are super pretty and eye-catching, really nice. And then it just so happened that we had these Badlands bead strands still available, and they just paired with it so beautifully.
Yeah.
In fact, you can win one of them right now by entering our contest. Go ahead and comment with hashtag Market Marbles. I'm going to scoot over to the giveaway.
Yes.
Let's see. I know this is the best part.
So exciting.
Okay, we've got 76 entries, but we have a lot more people watching. So if you would like to win one of our Badlands bead strands, which had these beautiful turquoise pieces in it, you can enter by just commenting hashtag Market Marvels. Only one entry per person, and it kind of tracks it for me through this little system here. Thank you, everybody, for watching today. Make sure you go subscribe and get that next bead box from Sam's Bead Box. And then, of course, if you want to check out the Softflix design kits, we've always got some available. In fact, we have our Day of the Dead kit available for upcoming Great Bead Extravaganza for Fall Fest. It's our 5 years?
That's amazing.
2022, 2023, 2020. It's a 4-year anniversary.
Okay, that's
4-year anniversary with the Great Bead Extravaganza still going strong. I could never have guessed years ago when I had my initial conversations about it that it was going to still be around, but it is. And we have a very awesome guest coming this time. I don't think it's been announced yet, so I'm not gonna. All
right. You got secrets too. I'm not the only one.
And honestly, I have been paying attention peripherally, so I know who it is, but I don't want to mess their name either. Yeah. So, because I'm not a good secret keeper.
Kristen says it's announced.
Okay, Kristen, can you put their name and information into the comments for us then?
That's great.
Super excited about it coming up, and I believe it is coming up not this weekend, but next weekend. So that's going to be great. I gave you guys lots of time to get your entries in. I see we're up to 84.
Yeah, I wanted us to pass the 80s, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that was great. You guys are on it. Okay, I'm going to head over and click. If you want to join us for the Great Bead Extravaganza, make sure you get our kit that is for that, the Day of the Dead kit. And then there is a bead strand and a bead mix that goes along with it as well. Okay, here we go. We're drawing a name. No live sale tomorrow. We're doing them every other week. But on Friday morning, you'll find Joyce at 9:30 a.m. Pacific for Spill the Beads. Cynthia, let us know you're here in the comments. And then you will also find me with Sarah James of Jesse James Beads at 3 p.m. Pacific on Friday with a redo for our Halloween get together. So check us out there at a special time. And then, of course, Kristen's back on Monday as well. If you want to hang out with her, there's plenty going on.
All right, Cynthia, you got to comment and you got to still be here if you want to win.
Let us know that you're here so that we can give you your prize. If you're here, you're going to email info@softflexcompany.com. And everybody stick around just in case Cynthia's not here. Oh, there she is.
She's here.
Yay, nice. Cynthia. Email info@softflexcompany.com. Make sure you include your shipping address and that you won the Badlands bead strand. And Rosa will get that out to you just as soon as she can. Thank you, everybody. What a lovely day it's been.
Thank you for making with us.
Quickly, I'm going to flash our sale of the week. If you'd like to check it out at softflexcompany.com. We are doing 20% off our Halloween category. Use coupon code Halloween, HALLOWEEN. It's a coupon code that has to be entered. And some of these items are already 40% marked down. So You're getting a sweet discount on those things. Rachel, do you guys have anything going on at Sam's Bead Shop that I should mention before we go?
I hope you'll join us. Everyone will join us tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. So the same time as this class, but tomorrow. And that is our happy hour live sale. We have a lot of fun on it. I know there's going to be some new turquoise, some new gems. Oh, and this week we like to have themes for everything. So this week's actually like our book lovers theme. So each of our palettes of beads that we show off in the live sale is inspired by a book. So I chose one of the books for tomorrow, which is Wild. I really love that book about, the person. She goes on this incredible hike to kind of rediscover herself and process a lot of things. It's a really beautiful book. It's out in nature. So that inspired one of the palettes of beads tomorrow.
That's awesome. Have you seen the movie too?
Yeah, that is great as well. I think I read that book at least twice. I really liked it.
A good one. That's a really good one. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you'll check out both of our websites. You can find me at softluxcompany.com. You can find Sam's Bead Shop at samsbeadshop.com, right?
You got it.
And there's lots of things to explore there, lots of inspiration to be found. I hope you enjoyed today, and you'll go check out that Badlands bead strand. And of course, you can pick up the box Market Marvels from Sam's Bead Shop, still available while supplies last.
Exactly.
So you may want to jump over there like fairly quickly and grab one of those. Same with the bead strand. We only make so many. So when they're gone, we're on to the next.
Oh, yeah.
So go grab that as well. All right. We will see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.